Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's still morning. At least it's morning here on the West Coast. So, had some technical difficulties today, as you probably have figured out. And, well, we're here now, which is good. So, in this video, what I wanted to talk about is something that I think will assist you continuously, not only today, but also tomorrow, but possibly in even every 15-minute increments. Have you ever noticed that, you know, until you wanted the pink, purple, polka dotted Cadillac, no one else had one? But the moment you had the pink, purple, polka dotted Cadillac, everybody had one? Well, that's an issue of focus, right? So the question is, when we are walking through the world, what do you see? So we're gonna talk about that, how it affects us, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Plus, I've got 3 or 4 fun little exercises just to show you what you can see right after this. Hello, hi, my name is Jay Massey, CEO of CashFlowDiary, and what we're going to talk about today is all about focus. The ability to follow one course until successful. But most importantly, I want to think about the idea of not only what that means, but most importantly, how it can impact what it is that you see on a daily basis. Now, when it comes to following one course, I mean, there's a lot of desire out there for multiple streams of income. That's something that we have all heard before. It's almost a cliche. And you're probably wondering, like, whoever gets to have those types of things? Well, I think you do. However, the way that you get to having multiple income streams is likely different than what most people have heard, said, or would even tell you. My wife and I, we've had the privilege of doing real estate for a number of years, more than a decade now. And we've done the single family stuff, the multifamily stuff, the cell phone towers, commercial buildings, you name it. And currently we focus on short-term rentals, and we have a number of them throughout Southern California. What is interesting, though, is that in order to build multiple streams of income, we had to follow one course until successful. Now, each of those words, following, one, course, until, and successful, all have their separate meanings, and we will talk about that on a completely different day. But the main thing is to understand that one does mean singular. And during the process of building multiple streams of income, one of the most important things you can do is, well, focus, right? When it comes down to focus, what's interesting to me is that many individuals, myself, you, anyone, we could all be looking at the exact same thing and walk away with 2 completely different perspectives. You've heard, or at least I assume you've heard, hey, the glass is half empty. Now, some of you, when I paused, you said full, right? Whether the glass is half empty or the glass is half full, let me ask you this question. Who gets to drink more water? The guy with the glass half empty or the one with full? My point is factually, the exact same amount of the liquid is in the container. And that's the thing, is that sometimes because of how we see what we see, that influences our ability to leverage it, to take advantage of it, or even to think that it's something that's there for us. So what I want to do right now is I want to ask you, what do you see? All right, I have some images that I'm going to show you here, and I think it's going to be a little bit of fun just to see. So here's the first one. In this particular, that is not it.
It's on iPad.
It's on iPad? Okay, hold on. I will help you. Ah, got it. I see. It's still not on iPad. There we go. 2992. Oh, yes. Okay. So, for those of you who are wondering what's going on, what it comes down to is that my 12-year-old is also still, learning, and we're both learning to communicate together, but I think it's working now. So now we're back. So if you're wondering, how am I hearing? What am I hearing? How is he doing all that? I'm actually not this time. She is. So anyway, so when we look at this first image, what I want to know is, what do you see? I know what I see, but what do you see? Because what I see is irrelevant. The question is, there are two different things you could see. Well, maybe three different things that you actually could see in this particular image. So let me help you. Some of you, what you see is you see the lion. That's what you see. And now that I've enlarged it, it's right there. You're like, oh my goodness, I can't help but see it. And some of you see the monkey sitting right there. Because it's really easy, depending on how you look at this, to see, well, both the monkey or the lion. This is my point. When we're looking at the same thing, we can walk away a completely different impression. Some of you, maybe you didn't see anything, you just saw a tree, okay? And yet, it's the same piece of paper, it's the same image, it's the same circumstances that we're all undergoing right now. And we're all coming away with a different meaning, a different interpretation, a different perception of what is exactly going on. So let's look at another one. I have another one for you, okay? What do you see this time? Again, there's two possibilities of things that you could see without, adding something or more to it. But there's two things that are literally right here in front of you. And it's just simply, what is it that you see? Well, some of you see the president that's in the photo. Or maybe what you see is the penguin. Let's do another one, because these are, I don't know, to me this is fun. Okay, so what do you see here? Or do you see a hidden object, I guess is a better way of saying it. And if so, what do you think that hidden object is? Do me a favor, type the hidden object. What do you think the hidden object is in the chat? So I'm gonna wait. I wanna see what you guys come up with here for this one. Because sometimes you can be looking at something and see what is indeed present, and whatever is present is not exactly